Hello, everyone. This is CZ. I'm the engineer manager of Global Search team at GitLab. Today, I'm going to walk you through how to set up a um, OpenSearch instance and connect it to a GitLab instance for the advanced search feature. Before we go into the steps, I wanted just to quickly go over one section on AWS documentation about the OpenSearch service security. According to the documentation, AWS OpenSearch service security has three main layers: network, domain access policy, and fine-grained access control. We're going to see the details about these configurations later, but I want just to remind everyone the three layer configurations. Okay, then we'll jump to the configuration part. We'll try different configurations. Not all the configurations actually are following the best security practice, but I wanted to show it so that maybe we can have a better understanding how these configurations or the security measures work together. Okay, let's take a look. So here is my OpenSearch service dashboard. Let's try to create a domain. And so this is where you set up a OpenSearch cluster. In this setup, you can see the security configurations that mapped to the three layers in AWS documentation. They are network, access policy, and fine-grained access control. For the network, you have the option to set up OpenSearch in the same VPC of your GitLab instance, or you can give it to a public access. And the public access has a list security measures, but let's just start with this option. So when you choose the public access, you are required to set fine-grained access control. And because my instance in this setup is not in the AWS, so I may not be able to use this IAM ARN. So I will create a username and password in order to access this OpenSearch instance. So I can give a name, user, and some password. Yeah, then I can confirm the password. Nothing else. I'm not going to create because it's going to take some time. Instead, I have an instance that I set up in this way, which is this instance. So it's set up for public access, and for the security configurations, I enabled fine-grained access control with username and password. Then on my GitLab instance side, this is the local instance that I am using. So in this instance, I just give the domain URL. I copy it from here. Then this is the username and password that I created that with the fine-grained access control settings. Yeah, let's give it a try. Oh, by the way, before we do the search, I want to remind you that we also have this IAM configurations because we haven't used IAM role yet. So just with username and password, I don't need to set up this part. I only need the URL, username, and password. Okay, let's try to search something. Yeah, I can get some result back. So this is the connection from my local GitLab instance to the AWS OpenSearch service. Next, let's try to make it a little bit more secure. Let's use this instance. This instance is a instance I set up with VPC access, but nothing else. There are no fine-grained access control. And also the access policy is quite generous. It allows other users to access the cluster. So this is the domain endpoints, copy it. This is the instance, GitHub instance I set up on a EC2 instance on AWS. So I go to the admin settings. Okay, I copy the URL here. I didn't specify username and password. So save the change and give it a try. Yeah, I can get the results back from that OpenSearch instance. So again, this is from a EC2 instance to the OpenSearch service instance that are in the same VPC. Okay. Now let's try to add something more. I have yet another instance where I also put it in the same VPC as the GitHub instance on the EC2. And for the security configurations, I enabled fine-grained access control with a username and password. So let's copy this from the URL. Let's put it here. So this is the username and password that I use. Still, I only need URL plus the username and password. I haven't set up the IAM role yet, so I don't need this for now. Let's save the change. Okay, let's do a search. Okay, I got some result back from this instance. Yeah. The next, we set up the fine-grained access control with a username and password. Actually, there is another option. You can set a IAM role for the fine-grained access control. For the IAM role, I created one IAM role. I called it OpenSearch, and I attached a permission to this role that allows me to use the OpenSearch service. So before I can set up the role here, I need to make sure I attach this role to my EC2 instance where my GitLab instance is running on. So this is the EC2 instance that I have to run my GitLab application. I can attach that IAM role to this instance. Here from the dashboard, I choose the IAM role. Okay. Okay, let's make sure I attached it. Yes, we attach this role. Then from here, we can copy the ARN of this row and we set back on this OpenSearch domain. Okay, let's save the change. Okay, because we set up this IAM role, so the request to the OpenSearch service need to be signed by the secrets. So let's go back to the GitLab advanced search segment. This time I don't need the username. I don't need the password either. The domain URL is the same. Here I need to enable use AWS OpenSearch service with IAM credentials. Also, I need to set the region. The access key and the secret access key are optional. You don't have to set them up because if the GitHub application is running on a EC2 instance, it will try to access the instance metadata service to get a temporary access key and a secret access key. Save the change. Okay. Let's give it a try. Something happened. Again. Yeah, okay. I get the result. This time, remember, once we use the AM role, we need to enable these settings on the GitHub instance because this will instruct the GitHub instance to get the secrets from the instance metadata service on EC2 instance. The secrets will be used to send the request that sent to the sent to the OpenSearch instance. Okay. Actually, I want to show you another settings we can take here. So I have a instance in the security configurations. I can change the access policy to only allow a certain user to access the resources in this OpenSearch domain. So let's take a look. I can maybe this is a user in my account. I can copy the AIN of the user. I will copy it back here. So I save the change. Oh, first I render the JSON for that. So you can see the principal changed from the wildcard to this user. Let him save the change. Okay. I will copy the domain endpoints because I need it in my GitHub instance. I set up the URL to this OpenSearch instance because I set up a specific user in the access policy. In this case, I still need to enable the AM credentials on my GitHub instance. Save the change. Yeah. Hi. Yeah. You can see I can get the results back. As a comparison, let's see what happens if I uncheck these settings and save the change. Actually, I hit error. So that means if you set up a user here in the access policy, you still need to enable these settings on GitLab. Save the change. Yeah, this time it will. Yeah, I think that's all for today. Thank you.